Welcome, friends. The topic of this video is Vish Dosh or Punarphoo Dosh, or is also known as Shiv Shakti Yoga. Now, how it happens, how often this combination happens in a birth chart. So, Saturn plus Moon conjunction in a birth chart is called Vish Dosh. Now, every month for about 2.25 to 2.5 days, Moon transits through a particular sign or in a house. And Saturn, being a slow moving planet, takes around 2.5 years to transit through a particular sign. So that means every month Moon conjuncts Saturn for sure for 2.25 to 2.5 days. And that makes it like 8% of the total month or the period. The people born in a particular month, maybe 7 to 8% of them have this combination. But the peak period, those 12 to 18 hours, when there is a very close conjunction of 3 degree to less between Saturn and Moon, that's where it's more effective. To an extent that if, let's say, Saturn and Moon are just 1 degree apart, being such a close conjunction, you will see that not just your D1 chart, but also all the divisional charts, most of them also you'll see Saturn plus Moon conjunction. Now, the terms used are Vish Dosha, Punarphoo Dosha, or Shiv Shakti Yoga. So, what to consider? Whether to consider it as negative or positive, that's one thing. And while Vish Dosha is something like, okay, a poison. So, if you take Moon as a water or something pure in nature, and Saturn, which is completely opposite nature, and let's say it creates a poisonous effect, or Punarphoo Dosha, or recurring obstacles, something that you have experienced, let's say a failure in your relationship at certain age, and those things come back again in your life, recurring failures possible. Also, some term it as Shiv Shakti Yoga, Saturn and Moon signifying Shiva and Shakti respectively, and a combination that can give you a good spiritual upliftment. Now, do you need a remedy for this dosha or yoga? The first thing to consider is degree and distance. So within the same house, if Saturn and Moon are apart by 15, 20 or such degrees, right? It's not a very close conjunction. Then depends on the sign and house placement. Let's say Moon is placed in own sign or exaltation, or vice versa. Saturn is placed exalted or own sign. Then the things changes. Also to consider major dasha period. Now, while we are talking about dasha itself, the Sadesati concept itself is all about Saturn and Moon conjunction. Saturn either one house ahead or one house behind or in conjunct with Moon, when it transits in that way, it causes the Sadesati effect, and often it's not looked upon as an auspicious timing. People going through certain stress, tension in their life. And for a close conjunction within 3 degrees, you should do a remedy. Yes, if you are based on all the things, all the points you see here, and if you are really falling into that category where you're facing a lot of such mental disturbances or issues with this conjunction in your life, then you should certainly go for the remedy. Now, I'll go through the remedial measures, but then we also need to know before we do that, that what happens for the people who have this combination. Now, this is not a very rare combination as we see, and As far as I remember, birth chart of MS Dhoni, cricketer, or Swami Vivekananda also, you may find this combination. Now, while it's told that okay, in life you may have some sort of dissatisfaction, or you are always handling stress and tension, you're linked to that kind of work. If you say so, yes, in many such professions, people handle pressure. The mind is always stressful, mind is always worried. And over the period of time, when Saturn matures, with 36 years of age, slowly, after so many setbacks, failures, or handling such things again and again, a recurring way, people mature and they learn how to handle this conjunction. And they are wiser than most of the other people in the same room. So you can consider that okay, it's a dosha that gives a lot of problems, but if you are able to handle it through meditation, through spirituality, then for sure this is not a dosha at all, but this is something that will make you wiser than others, capable of handling things which others cannot. And those are the people who can lead a group when a need arises, when there is a crisis. So, in remedial measures, one thing is why Lord Shiva is considered as a prime deity or choice for remedy of moon is Shiva holds moon on his matted hair. Now, that depiction itself shows that Shiva has a mind control. Also, there is a mythological story about how there are certain ailments that moon goes through and does a penance, and Somnath Jyotirling being linked as per that mythological story. And if you also want to know about the moon's conjunction with Rahu, Ketu, and Saturn, and some other remedial practical measures, do look at that video as well on my channel. So, friends, hope you like this discussion about Vish Yoga. You are watching the Jupiter retrograde channel. Please hit the like button if you like this video and stay tuned for such videos. Please subscribe. Thank you.